What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. New Sugo Fest is finally here. We have the full information, well, not actually the full information, we have a lot of information though, on the upcoming Sugo Fest, Komurasaki and Onami, or V2 Nami as many players will dub her as. So this is going to be arriving literally after the Blitz Battle Sugo Fest. So I don't know if you guys are going to be summoning on the Blitz Battle Sugo Fest, but now that we know that this is here, that might tempt some people to skip the Blitz Battle and save for this. At this point in time, we don't actually know if it's going to be a 2x Legend Rate Sugo Fest. At this point, I would say it's probably not, but we'll have to wait for the official banner release for us to get the full information about that. But as you can see right here, we get a free multi-pull. As you can see right in the center of the screen, during the event period, you get one free multi-pull. So this is going to be a Sugo Fest that is going to be running for an entire week, or 6 days time. Yeah, basically an entire week. And we have obviously the paid banner and the free multi banner. On the free multi banner, we can actually go ahead and have a look here. It says get one free try at 10+1 rare recruit. No Komurasaki and Onami here as voiced Sugo Fest exclusive characters. It goes through abilities and stuff, but it doesn't actually mention like rate boosts or anything in terms of like whether it's going to be a 2x red rate or something. Because it is the free multi. And if we go to the paid banner, we see nothing, right? So it's a bit weird, right? So we have to wait for the full information banner to get the full details of this Sugo Fest. But we can actually have a look over on the paid banner at what the steps are going to be for this banner, right? So if we go over to the step details, the first multi is discounted at 30 rainbow gems, pretty stock standard at this point. The second multi is a guaranteed new character. That's awesome. I love to see it when they do that. They don't do it often enough, in my personal opinion. This should be a stock standard for every new batch Sugo Fest. Second multi should always be one of the new batch characters, whether it be a generic rare recruit, or if you get a red on the 11th poster of the second multi, it's guaranteed to be one of the new legends, either Nami or Komurasaki. Now, for those of you who don't know what they do, we will be going through them in this video today, so you guys understand what they do. But I do think overall this is a Sugo Fest that you should skip, because these characters, yes, they do seem quite interesting, and of course it's Nami and her artwork looks great. Komurasaki, also very, very nice artwork. But the character themselves, they're not overly amazing. They have some pretty unique abilities, but we'll go through that in this video, as I said. Third step is a guaranteed legend. Fourth is going to be a rate boosted character guaranteed, which can be any of the new batch, as well as other generic characters that are going to be boosted on the same day. You've also got the 6th multi is another legend, 8th is a legend, 10th is a limited pool legend, you've got 12th as a rate boosted character, 14th is just a regular legend, and then 17th is a limited pool legend, and 20th is also a limited pool legend. So first things first, the fact that between 10 and 14 multis you have nothing in between aside from one rate boosted character, that is absolutely awful. And then from 14 you have to go to 17, and from 17 to 20 to get your next step. Look, past the 10th multi, the steps are pretty bad, honestly. If you are going to be doing any summons, I would restrict the amount of pulls that you're going to be doing. Myself personally, I will be probably doing 3 to 4 multis on this banner, most likely 3 multis, and that's going to be basically it for me. But as I said, because we know there are so many other better Sugo Fests coming, you should probably save your gems for Luffy Zoro and Soba Mask. That's going to be the best one to save for, in my personal opinion. But look, it's up to you at the end of the day. I know a lot of people are fans of Komurasaki and Nami, and this is a good opportunity to get them. Typically, characters are supposed to have one of their best rates on their debut, but you know, as of late, with even the Ace Sugo Fest and like old school Carrot Sugo Fest on her debut, as many would recall, she didn't have the best rate. But now that we've talked about that, let's actually discuss what the characters do. So let's go ahead over to the recommended characters. We've got to wait for this download. So first thing is first, let's talk about the 2 rare recruits that are debuting first, and then we'll talk about the Sugo Fest exclusive characters. So the first unit is o-tama. So o-tama is an int free spirit fighter character, captain ability of boosting attack by 2.25 and heals 1000 HP at the end of each turn. Nothing great there. You're not going to be using her as a captain. 14 turn max cooldown is going to be a multi-stage special. Her stage 2 14 turn cooldown reduces your crew's burn, paralysis, chain lock, and decrease chain multiplier growth rate duration all by 7 turns, and heals the crew by 30 times her recovery. That's a pretty good utility-based special right there. And she is a fighter character, which means you could put her on hypothetically like a V2 Sanji team in order for you to remove those chain debuffing effects to enable V2 Sanji to hit really hard. So that's like a type of thing you could use her for. But the fact that she also reduces paralysis and burn by 7 turns is really, really good. That's a fantastic utility ability. Crewmate ability will boost your crew's base stats by 20, nothing great. Also makes your crew's tandem slots have matching slot effects. That's a really good generic crewmate ability to have. There's no condition to fulfill for that either. It's just you'll always have tandem slots as beneficial. That's fantastic. Also a support ability supporting int characters. Once per quest, if you're inflicted with burn, lock chain multiplier, or decrease chain multiplier growth rate from the enemy, it heals your crew by 5,000 HP. Okay, that's a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. When I started reading that, I'm like, wait, is she going to remove those debuffs? But no, she just heals your crew. That's not great. It would have been nice if she removed all of them by like 1 turn at least. That would have been really, really good. Unfortunately, not the case. You just get a bit of healing, which is, I guess you could still have a use for it, because if you're healing 5,000 HP, typically that's enough to at least get 1 free perfect in if you are burnt. So I guess that's okay, but yeah, not great overall for her support ability. So that's that. O-tama is a generically decent, good support unit. So that's that. The next one, the best waifu, is o-kiku. So o-kiku is a quick slasher free spirit character. Captain ability of being just a flat out 2.75 times attack to quick. That's it. Special ability, 13 turn cooldown. Will deal 50 times her attack in non-type damage to one enemy that ignores all defensive effects, which is great. Locks your crew slots for 1 turn, and then also reduces your crew's bind and despair duration by 2 turns, and will also be a 1.75 color affinity boost to quick and int. Now the really cool thing about this is that she has double special activation, which means once you launch her special, it'll be ready once again. So you could launch her special twice in the same turn, removing up to 4 turns of Bind and Despair, or you could go ahead and use one special on one stage to get a color affinity boost, and use it on another stage to get another color affinity boost. So this is a great character overall, because especially when you are using it in multiple different stages, the fact that she also locks your crew slots as well, so that you can, you know, use whatever boost you have, get matching slots, use her special to lock your orbs and get a color affinity boost, and then you can use a color affinity boost in the following stage after that. So this unit is very good. I'm a massive fan of the way that this character is structured. Will boost your base attack by 50 for your whole team, which is pretty good, and makes your int slots, her own orbs, her own int orbs are counted as beneficial. So not for the whole team, which is a little bit of a downside, but not terrible. She has a support ability supporting Luffy, Zoro, and o-tama. Reduce damage taken from strength enemies by 5%, and also 9% of her attack is added to the support unit. Not too bad either. She has a critical hit of 70% chance for 8%. This is actually a really good rare recruit. I'm a big fan of this character. If you have this unit, I would probably go ahead and use double special activation tablets, because most people would have a lot of them by now, and there aren't too many characters that abuse them. So it's not a terrible idea to feed double special activation tablets to a character like this. So that's pretty good. Then we've got the Sugo Fest exclusive characters. So we'll talk about Onami last. Let's talk about Komurasaki first. So this is her unevolved artwork right here. And then we have her evolved artwork, which I think looks really good, by the way. I like the way, the styling they've done with this once it loads. And there we go. So that's the evolved artwork of Komurasaki. I like the styling around the border. It's got like the Japanese cloud style. It looks great. It looks really, really good. But what does this unit actually do? So Komurasaki is a very, very, very interesting unit. So she's a quick slasher cerebral. Her captain ability boosts quick and int characters' attack by 4 times, makes their quick and int slots beneficial. She'll heal your crew by 0.5 times her recovery for every perfect that you hit during that turn. She also reduces damage taken by 20% and doubles the amount of berries that you earn during a quest. So that's a lot to break down. So first of all, 4 times attack to 2 colors is good. Flat 4 times is always going to be great, right? Quick and int orbs are beneficial to quick and int characters, which is fine. That's another pretty decent effect to have. You get healing for every perfect you have, on top of having 20% damage reduction, so she's going to be relatively tanky, and if you do take damage, you can just heal it back by hitting perfects. And then just a random added effect of getting additional berries every time you clear a quest. Now, for most people, berries is not going to be a big problem. This last sentence of her captain ability is pretty irrelevant, but it's interesting that it's here anyway. So overall, like, yeah, she's good, but there aren't too many situations where you're like, yeah, I need to use a dedicated int/quick team in order to clear content. But the option's here if you want to go ahead and do that. As for her special ability, it is very good actually. It changes all of your crew slots into either quick or int, and remember, as a captain, she makes those beneficial, so that's great. So on top of getting the full board of orbs, if your HP is full when you launch the special, you will get a 2 times attack and orb boost for 1 turn. For 2 turns, sorry. 2 turns of a 2 times attack and orb boost. That's so strong, right? Super, super strong. And even if you're not at full HP, you will still get a 2 times attack and orb boost for quick and int, but it's only for 1 turn instead. So it's not even that much of a drawback by not being at full HP. And as I said, you know, being at full HP isn't super difficult with this character because she has damage reduction and she has healing mechanics. The only problem where that's going to be a challenge is if, like, the enemy health cuts you by a significant margin. But there are other ways around that as well. So overall, she basically is fully centered around quick and int types and making them deal as much damage as possible. Now, as we mentioned before, the full board of quick and int is very, very good to have. And remember, you have a character like the o-kiku who can lock your orbs for 1 turn, so you can carry it over different stages. You'll have a color affinity with o-kiku, as well as the Komurasaki 2 times attack and orb boost. So great effects along the way here. Very, very good. Her support ability will go ahead and, for quick characters, add 12% base stats. That is very good, but this character has actually relatively low attack stat, which is a little bit of a downside there. She also boosts your base attack by 50, or boosts base stats by 50, and then also will make your entire team's quick orbs beneficial. That's also very, very good. So that's the full breakdown of Komurasaki. Mainly centered around quick and int, and she's very, very strong in that department. So, there, she's really, really good. But now let's talk about Onami. So this is her unevolved artwork, which does look very good. And then you've got her evolved artwork, actually, and we're going to get demonetized because of this artwork. Not even going to lie. Like, come on, man, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy artwork right there. Nami is a quick striker cerebral. Her captain ability is very similar to version 2 Shanks. So she reduces the special charge time by 2 turns at the start of the fight. So very, very fast captain. Also boosts your attack by 3 times. And then if there are 4 more characters of the same color that are on your team, then she boosts that color's attack by 3.75 times. And then also boosts that color's color affinity by 1.1 times. So you can literally run like a full quick and int team, but with majority of quick or majority of int with Nami as the captain. Like, that is an option that you can do. But like, you can see why it's very similar to V2 Shanks, because if you have 4 more of that color, then you get that color being boosted. But she is slightly different because she's not boosting your entire team by 3.75. It's just the color that is the most dominant on your team will be getting a 3.75 plus a 1.1 times color affinity boost. So that makes a big difference, actually. So if you are planning to run her as a captain, you really have to plan your team out correctly. You have to understand the content that you're going up against and ensuring you have as much type advantage as possible to get the most out of this character. But overall, if you do plan correctly, this character is going to be an absolute dominant powerhouse in certain pieces of content, of course. Now, that's a pretty decent captain ability overall. But what does her special do? Her special, 14 turn max cooldown. If your HP is full when you use her special, it will completely remove enemies' defense down immunity from all enemies, and then reduce enemy defense to 0 for 2 turns, and then doubles your damage dealt against defense down enemies for 2 turns. So yeah, that's just at full HP. If you're at full HP, you remove their defense down immunity, you remove their defense, and you get a 2 times conditional attack boost. That's a lot to take in. Like, that is a very, very powerful special ability to have. However, that was only what happens when you're at full HP. What if you're not at full HP when you use her special? What you'll get instead is that she'll heal your crew by 50% of your max HP. You will remove all their defense for 1 turn, and you'll get a 2 times conditional boost for 1 turn instead. So the main difference is instead of removing their defense down immunity, you're just going to get a healing effect instead of, you know, removing the immunity buff. So that actually is a pretty big drawback comparing this character to, let's say, Komurasaki, where if you launch a special, you want to be at full HP, and that's the way that this batch is structured. Is you mainly want to be making sure that you're at full HP when you use their special abilities to get the most out of their effects. Now, she does have 2 crewmate abilities. When 4 more characters of the same type are on that crew, boost that base type by 125. The V2 Shanks has a very similar effect, actually, and also reduces this character's special reverse by 3 turns. That is also really nice to have. Now, her support ability is very powerful as well. Like, this is a really nice effect to have. So she supports Sanji or Kinemon, and once per quest, when the supported character uses their special, reduces enemies' defense to 0 for 2 turns. That's so good, because you can just run a free conditional booster on your team with this support character, and you'll just get a conditional boost. So yeah, this is a very powerful support ability to have, on top of having a great special to remove defense down immunity. But remember, it only removes defense down immunity. It does not remove, like, all immunity buffs. So there are times where you aren't able to use it, and you know, when that happens, it is quite annoying, but still, having a character that can self-proc a 2x defense down conditional boost is going to be extremely useful to have. That's going to enhance your damage a lot. But you can see how this is going to be working. When you run the whole batch of like double Komurasaki, Nami as a sub, o-kiku as a sub, o-tama as a sub, and then like another free character, you can have some pretty powerful damage output over multiple different turns, which is good to see. So there we go. That's the rundown of all of the new characters that are coming out for the brand new Land of Wano Sugo Fest. And this, as I said, is going to be dropping after the Blitz Battle event concludes. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to this one. If you guys enjoyed this video today, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.